The Range Rover that comes in every single week is right here in front of me. So, good opportunity for me to go live and have a chat with all of you. That's pretty much it. I want to tell you about all the different products that I'm using. Fancy having a chat? Let's go for it. So, this is a pump sprayer by Hydro UK, with a dual nitty gritty all purpose cleaner. What I've got in here, there you go, there's Hydro. And this is dual again. It's mixed at 10 to 1. I'm using Easy Detail Go brush, covered in suds. But this is great for the arches. And I've only ever had one of these brushes, believe it or not. It just never gives up. And considering I'm going to use this probably a lot more than most of you will, unless you're a full-time detail. It's a brush for life. So I just use this one to get into the arches. I very rarely ever use it for wheels because it doesn't squash down as much as the next brush that I'll be using. Actually, not the next one. I'm going to be doing the tyres. So here we go. This is a dual tyre brush. Using a lot of dual products these days. For those of you based in the UK, you can get your hands on. I've got a discount code for all of you. I really should remember what it is so I can share it all with you. But I haven't. I haven't got it on me right now. Okay. Also, under the wheels, I've got something called rim mats, which you might just be able to see there. And it raises the tyre off the floor just a little. So that means that when I want to clean the bottom, you have to get to the bottom of the tyre. But if you're cleaning on, let's say, unfortunately, let's say mud or some kind of gritty surface that might splash up the car, those rim mats prevent that. When you're putting tyre shine on there, it's just easier for that too. Detail Factory wheel brush is very soft, so it won't scratch these gloss wheels. But gloss wheels, let's face it, they're going to scratch over time anyway. And it's just one of those things we just do as best as we can to make sure that we prevent that scratch look from turning up too quickly. So these have already been pre-treated, tested in another product. And essentially, this is another pre-treatment. I only deep clean these wheels once a month or so, and I did that last week. So I won't be doing that again today. Deep clean to me is using cleaning the barrels of the wheels, but also I might as well do the barrels of the wheels. They're not going to take long. But using a different product on there. Looking fresh. How you doing? Looking fresh. Good to see you. Range Rover in as always. Where am I from? I'm from a place called Romford in Essex. Looking fresh. It's quiet today. I'm glad that there's someone here that I know. I've not been on live for very long this morning, only 3.5 minutes, but it was quiet. I think all the kids must be breaking up for school. Everyone's doing the last minute Christmas shopping. It's not last minute just yet for me. I'm going to go out on the 24th and do my Christmas shopping. That's normally what happens. I'm terrible. But yeah, it's one of those things. So I'm using an easy detail brush to get into the barrels of the wheels. And that's done now. So here it goes. You're from Detroit. Wow. What is Detroit really like? 'Cause I was watching 8 Mile the other day, one of my favourite films. And I'd love to know what it's actually really like out there in Detroit. They'd make you believe, well, maybe it is, that it's an area where there's a lot of kind of gangs and rappers and this kind of stuff. I have no idea. Maybe it is. What's the time there? Good question. The time is 25 past 10. I'm currently watching Bill's live. He's given us both a shout. Oh, has he? I love Bill. He's brilliant. CapCut edits. Am I in the UK? Yes, I am. And I use CapCut all the time. I know you're not actually CapCut, but yeah, I use CapCut. I think it's brilliant. So how comes you've got an account called CapCut Edits? Do you teach people? What is it you're doing? So I'm just moving everything to the next wheel, and might as well. No, I won't. I'll wait until I've got you guys there. These wheels, by the way, are trashed. Let me show you. That's a new scratch. That looks nice and well new. There's another scratch here, all around here, which I'm not sure if you can see. The paint's coming off the inside of the wheel. So I don't treat these with as much care as I could because they are due to be refurbed, but we're cleaning them as best as we can. You're in the UK as well. Whereabouts in the UK? Yeah, sadly, I'm not cap cut. No, I think if you were, you definitely wouldn't have the time to sit on my live. But I'm glad to have you here anyway. 5:22 a.m. That is early. 3:55 from Antilla. Whereabouts are you? Whereabouts are you based? If it's that time. This is by Hydro UK, Birmingham. I was there not too long ago for a car show. The car show, the classic car show at the NEC. Uh, Useless bit of information there for you. Right, this is pump sprays by Hydro UK, and this is dual axis wheel cleaner. And I'm using quite a bit of it because why not? This is dual nitty gritty in here. For me, I'm from Essex, a place called Romford in Essex. Well, that's where my business is anyway. This client popped in yesterday just to have the tyre pumped up, believe it or not. That tire needs pumping up again. I put in 52 psi because I know that it's no good. And that looks like it's got about 5 in it. He needs to go and get a tire today. That is not good. So, one of the things I'm going to do today, well, it's something that I've been doing for the past few weeks actually, is just filling up that tire with some air. What else would I fill the tire up with? That's why he's supposed to wear glasses. How can we afford that car? You'd have to do the same job as the guy does that owns it. I think he's in finance. I'm not exactly sure what. Finally, someone that's in the UK. When you say that, cap cut, that's interesting to me. Does that mean that you've been looking for a detailer that's in the UK or someone that's live on YouTube in the UK? Looking fresh, who's on here as well, cap cut. He's based in the UK, also an excellent detailer. And I think he's got about 25,000 followers on Instagram. So yeah, check out Looking Fresh on Instagram. I've got a slow puncture myself. Yeah, these guys do, and I've been pumping the tire up every single Friday for weeks. And as luck would have it, I know exactly where the leak is because as I was putting tire shine on it a few weeks ago, I actually saw it like up here just bubbling from where the hole in the tire was. But that tire is very flat. Right, okay, I'm going to pressure wash this off. In fact, no, I don't need to. This will. Right, easy, not easy detail brush. This is the Detail Factory wheel brush I'm going to unit here. Why are they all in the USA? Who's all in the USA? All the detailers. There's myself, obviously, that goes live. But if you're on TikTok, I'm on TikTok and I go live on there a little bit, not nowhere near as much as I used to. I've got a focus on YouTube at the minute. And there's a chap on there called Bill Baker. His business is called The Detail Market, and he's based in Australia. Unfortunately, not the UK. Otherwise, I definitely would have met him. But he's brilliant. And so, if any of you, oh, there's 107 of you here. If any of you are on TikTok and you like watching detailers, this guy is funny as can possibly be and is insightful. He talks about detailing, talks about his personal life, which is he's an interesting guy. So yeah, I would say definitely watch him on TikTok, the detail market. And of course there's me, PFG detailing. But there's another guy called MJ. Unfortunately, I can't remember his the rest of his details, but he's from the UK. He's also from Birmingham, and he goes live on here. How could definitely? Well, I didn't forget about him. I just talked about him. Okay, I've been strolling through lives for about an hour. They either speak a different language or they have a really different accent. Fair enough. I've left my pressure washer over there. Bear with me a second, people. Do you know I've haven't really ever gone through the lives on YouTube, and I really should see what other people are doing. Mark, how you doing, Mark? Good morning. Lovely to see you, Mark. We've all got to behave now because we've got a moderator in the room. Kyle, how you doing, Kyle? Nice little smiley face. GT53. Hello again. Fancy seeing you again. Went for a you went from a double R to another double R. No, you're absolutely right there. That Range Rover, the Rolls Royce was picked up yesterday, and I didn't do the barrels of wheels. I really liked that car. It was fantastic. I was expecting I was expecting the E-Type to be in today. And I was going to do a long, long live on E-Type, but unfortunately, no E-Type. You meant scrolling. That's what I know you mean. I know you meant scrolling. Question: to make so much foam, is more water or soap needed in large quantities? Hugo, do you know what? So many people ask me this question. Put the soap in the bucket and just do this. Don't put it in the water. Put it just above the water, and I'll guarantee you loads and loads of sun. I find that the pH neutral shampoos get more suds than anything else. But a lot of people ask me that. Right, I need to get the barrels of the wheels because I did forget. I never watched two lives on YouTube ever. I've never watched any, and I really should. Looking fresh. I'm sure everyone's behaving. No, they are. They definitely are. I believe I still live with my parents at the age of 16. There's a few young guys in here interested in detailing, actually. They normally pop in here and on TikTok, where if you're all not following me on there, look for PFG Detailing on TikTok. You want to move out at 16. Sorry, someone called me. I'm still here. Don't go anywhere. I'm pretty sure that's it. Morning, Adam. How you doing, Adam? Yours and Turtle Wax. Turtle Wax go live as well. I'd be interested in watching that. I want to know more about Turtle Wax. It's such a big company, and they've got a few great products. I'd like to know more about them. And the Sinkfield family. Hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Maybe you can see how flat that tire really is. Just so you're all aware, I've done the inside of this car. It's a cold day, and interiors are not that much fun on here. But I'm going to move everything around to the other side of the car, finish the tires, snow foam the car, wash it, etc. But you can see that I've already dealt with the interior. There's no dirt on the floor, etc. And the inside windows are already done. So time to move around to the next wheel. Two more to go, and then we will cover this car in snow foam. And my plate has come off the back, so I need to stick that back down. Only when they are promoting their live. I see. Whereas I just like going live. The Sinkfield family cares a lot about me. I love you too. I love all of you, all 131 of you. And what have we got? Right. Here's a target that I like to give myself, which essentially is for you too. The most amount of followers I've ever had on here is 225. Sorry, watchers. Most at any one time is 225. Now I know that you guys can't do much about that. Ayo, Henry. And the most amount of likes I've had is just short of 80. So my target today, I'm only at 7. I need to get 80 likes. So out of the 106 of you here, could you help me? It's Christmas. There's only two things I want for Christmas. You only have 13. What was that? 13. What do you have? 13 subscribers or followers? Yeah, so for Christmas, from all of you, I would like a subscribe because that's free, and I'd like a like. See, I've got one more. It's up to 8. That's fantastic. Thank you. The Sinkfield family, we all love you too. Thank you for being here. Subscribe. Yeah, I'd love a subscription, love a like. But also, I do actually want people to come in here and comment and have a chat. It keeps me going throughout the day. Hopefully, we get to talk to some nice people. And you know what? I've spoke to loads of great people on here. Right. So again, this is the brand that I'm using. It's called Hydro UK for these pump sprayers. In here is Dual Nitty Gritty. It's an all-purpose cleaner, and I'm going to use that on the tyres. And what you'll see is this one clearly foams. You see the two different nozzles. That's a foaming nozzle. Ooh. And this is just a spray nozzle. So this is dual axis mixed at 10 to 1. Please subscribe to PFG Detaling here and on TikTok. Thank you very much. Yeah, definitely on TikTok too. TikTok too. Right. So that is dual axis on here. And you can see that that one sprays instead of foams, but they are the same. One sprays, one foams. Perfect. Right, I'm going to use an easy detail brush to get into the arches, clean those a little bit. Done and done, done. Unfollowing and resubscribing. Looking fresh, you can do what you like. And you, Mark. Of course it counts, it definitely does. I bought an IK foamer, died within 2 days. Yep, that's why I gave my IK away, because it did the exact same to me. But out of curiosity, how did your one unfortunately pass? You subscribe to the Sync family. Thank you very, very much for the subscription. I really do appreciate it. I think I was having a race with someone on who could get to 1,000 subscribers first. He beat me, but I started on 130 and he was on 980 or 890. I can't remember. Anyway, he didn't have very fast going. He just beat me, but now I've overtaken him, and that's great. And I like building a community on here by going live and having a chat with you. But I like telling you everything that I'm up to. One of my goals is to finally become monetized on YouTube. It's not going to pay me any fortunes, but it'd be just, yeah, something to aim for. So what happens is, for any of you that might already be monetized on YouTube or might already just be trying to be, you need watch hours, and I've got 2,800. I need another 1,200 to go, which I will get. That's no problem at all. Detail Factory wheel brush. Is the sprayer on your shop on TikTok? Actually, yes, it is on there. The sprayer is on TikTok. And you know what? This, because I've been using this one for quite a while now, a couple of months, and I've got another sprayer over there. If you can see, just over my shoulder, just there. That is a much more expensive one by Marilex. And just like the chap that mentioned the IK one breaking, the Marilex, I never pick it up anymore because it clogs. These two never clog. Sabrina, how you doing, Sabrina? Lovely to see you as always. Thank you for joining us. Sorry if I've missed any comments. I'm trying to keep up here. Mine got booted down the yard, then gave the sprayers away out of spite. Yeah. The IK ones, I don't know why. The IK sprayers and my Marilex with the exact same chemicals at the exact same dilution ratio, I'm not treating them any different, they clog. And what used to happen is I used to have to clean the filter every single time that I used the Marilex or the the IK, and that just became annoying. Yeah, and I mean every day I had to clean and change the filter, and then it worked for one or two cars, and it just become clogged. So I'm not saying don't buy them. I'm saying there's definitely something better out there. Right, thank you to everyone for subscribing and helping the channel grow. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mark. You took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you very much for that. I'm getting my driver's license soon. Cool. What's your ultimate car if you could have it for your first car? I bought a £6 phone from eBay similar to yours and it works. Yeah, absolutely. And that other phone down there is probably the best part of 30 quid. So imagine because I'm doing this because I'm doing this every day, I want equipment that lasts. and works. But equally, when something doesn't work, I'm going to tell you about it. Doesn't Cost doesn't always mean quality, unfortunately. It'd be nice if it did, because then at least you'd know what you're getting. But if it doesn't, loads and loads of mud coming out the here. Not surprised. The guy just came back from Warwick, I think it was yesterday. Man Nam. uh, right, let me see here. I found some of the cheap ones work great. Yeah, they do. Looking fresh, they definitely do. Looking fresh. Have you had a delivery from anyone lately? The back of this wheel is absolutely cracked. There's no problem in cleaning it. All the wheels are cracked. You can see here, this isn't foam. That is scratched all the way around here. Every wheel needs a refurb. It's probably going to be a Range Rover, black and white, and I'm getting it for Christmas. You're getting a Range Rover at 16 years old. Are you serious? What did my dad give me? I think he bought me. I can't remember if he bought it for me or if he just put money towards it. I had a Vauxhall Nova Solar. It was a Vauxhall Nova 1.2 with a manual choke, which at 16 years old, you have no idea what I'm talking about. And a Webasto sunroof. Again, you won't know what that is either. Looking fresh from Mark. Oh, to be 16 again, right? And not know what a manual choke is. Then again, he might know. I don't know. Right, okay. Only from Auto Bright recently. So what was that from Auto Bright? Because I do like Auto Bright. Well, the products that I've used, I like them from Auto Bright. You're going to have to pay them back. Well, it's going to take you a long time to pay a Range Rover back, I think. But good luck to you. I think that's great. If people can help out like that, then I think it's brilliant. So good luck to them. Sounds like you've got some people that are taking care of you there. My first was a Mark II battered Ford Cortina. Mark, I bet you wish you still had that battered Mark II Ford Cortina. You have your own job. What are you doing, CapCut? I'm gonna. I can only assume that you're doing something with CapCut because of your name on here. It's a nail and hair salon. Okay, did not see that one coming. Did not see that one coming. How's my hair looking? Is it all right? Is it up to scratch? Couple of mystery boxes, and then what did you get in mystery boxes? Like, have you had it? I get normally 120 a day. What for doing hair and nails? If that is what you said, wasn't it? At 16 years old, that is good. At your age, I was earning about £60 a week, but I was only doing 2 days a week. Right. Okay. Again, with the all-purpose cleaner from Jewel, with Nitty Gritty, and is this satisfying? You see all that air come out of there? Probably shouldn't breathe in that. Those fumes. Definitely, it was the rust bucket then and leaks. Did it really? But if it's the holidays, you get 350 a day. Jesus, I'm in the wrong game. I'm in the wrong game. I think a few of us might be. How good are you at what you do? Is that why you get to command so much? Okay. So easy detail go brush for under the arches again. And I know as soon as I get this back to the client that this will be dirty again, but it doesn't mean that I shouldn't clean it. It's what a client wants. That's what we do. It's as simple as that. In this, unfortunately, in this weather, cars do get dirtier quicker, but we need to keep on top of it. And these guys always have done. I started at 15 years old, which was not that long ago. I'm not even in the game, let alone the wrong. Mark, what do you do? I think you told me before, but it's been such a long time. Besides your job as a moderator on YouTube, what do you do? Right, so this is the last wheel that I need to clean. And after this, I will be snow foam in the car. Again, I'm using dual assault snow foam, which only need 50 mil for 450 mil of water, which dilution ratios are great. And let's see how it performs with this car because this week it is dirty. So obviously, I'm hoping that it does a great job. Right, okay, air fresheners, liquid, aerosol, shampoo, snow foam, coloured and white wheel cleaner. So you've got a lot of good toys there, actually. A lot of good toys. Looking fresh. Did you get anything from microfiber brand recently? Is this the last car in the year? No, absolutely not. No. There might be a golf over the weekend. Someone that lives on this plot of land, and I was supposed to have an E-type in Adam, but the E-type, I think there's been a bit of ag with the E-type, so that won't be coming in. That would have been a great one. I might do my own car just so I can go live because I want to get those watch hours up. So I might as well do that with my own car if I can. Monday, I've got a Porsche Macan in at 10 o'clock. But will I go live with that one? I don't know. Just little bits and pieces. Discovery Sport is coming in. So yeah, nothing too exciting, unfortunately, at the minute. This is in every week. So what is it? Maybe I'll still be doing it next Friday because that won't be a bank holiday or anything. But yeah, it's this week has been really quite busy, which has been nice. I've had a Range Rover pop in. Again, I know I'm doing one right now, but a different one. He needed scratches sorting out. So it's been busy with the Rolls Royce. The Conolizers were in yesterday. Lots and lots going on. Oh, and Diana popped in yesterday, but we didn't go live. Yeah, by the time Diana got here and the Conolizer was late for leave, she needed to get home to do lots of stuff at home, like pack because she's going on holiday. But there's no time to go live. So the video that I put up yesterday on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube was actually yesterday on Diana's car. For those of you that don't know Diana, she's a very good friend of mine that comes in. Sometimes we go live together, and she brings me food, and she gets her work done for free because why not? I've spoken to Fallen and pasted info across. Good, good, good. I start my job at 9 and finish at 5. That sounds quite normal. And for £350 a day, really, let me lift you guys up. You should be working longer hours than that. That's fantastic money. So good luck to you. And at such a tender age. Right. So hopefully you can see that this car, I mean, the camera's picking it up, but this is really quite dirty compared to what it normally is. But you can tell because the shine is just gone. Again, the back of the car. Oh, look, it just fell off again, right as I was walking past it. So what I'm going to do is try and dry it with my clothes. Right, okay, let's see if this works. Because for some reason it does not want to stick. So bear with me a second. It doesn't want to stick today, but I need it on there. I need it on there. I need to cover up the number plates just in case all of you copied a number plate. Does that really go on a lot these days? I don't know. Maybe it does. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is pop this little thing out, put it in my pocket. I know I'm going to forget it. Let's go and get the snow foam lance, which is already set up. And in the snow foam lance, which is a dual snow foam lance, I'm using, yeah, absolutely looking fresh. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I do 2 days a week and then spend the rest of the week in Spain, I think. Right. I have got, where is it here? Oh, see, I've got another box of tricks here from Jewel. But this is the snow foam that I'm using. It's Jewel Assault and it's mixed at about 10 to 1 actually. So I'm going to go around to the other side of the car and I'm going to snow foam it and walk look my way around, and hopefully you'll be able to see everything that I'm doing. So I am going to miss a few of the comments. I'm going to read one more here. And when I got older, about 22, my uncle was going to give me a McLaren. I said he's going to change it into pearl pink. What? Pearl pink? I mean, does your uncle want another nephew? I think there's a few people in here that might be up for that job. Right. So there we go. That's better. I'm just changed the fan size on the car or on the snow foam lights even. Hopefully the camera is picking up everything that I'm doing here. Don't need to miss anything. But also on this car, we've got a little step that comes out the bottom there, so can't miss that. There we go. Right, got to go unfortunately. Thank you for being here, Mark, and I will definitely be speaking to you soon, no doubt. Thank you for being here. Right, no, that hasn't come off. Good. Hope we see next live. If I'm live, it's only ever here, TikTok. So if you're on there, then you could see me on there. But at the minute, because I'm really want to get to 4,000 hours on YouTube, I'm spending most of my time here. Then it's going to be a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm gonna spread the love. So let's see how this snowflake performs. And what I would say, it's a relatively dirty car. Watch the step come out here. There we go. Thank you. And that's like coming out as water, really. Okay, I just need to let that rest for a little while. What the snow foam will do is loosen up the dirt that's already on the car. We need to think of a better way of saying that. How do we explain that looking fresh? It doesn't loosen the dirt, it starts to emulsify the dirt so you can pressure wash it off easier. There's a good word for it, emulsify. So if I was to just use a pressure washer, will it take dirt off? Of course it will. If you use this, the snow foam, you'll get a lot more dirt off. So that means that when you finally get to the wash stage of the car, there's less chance of any grit being on the car and making swirls. And then you're going to ask me, how do I remove scratches from the car? You don't want to do that. I'm a good washer. Thank you very much, Adrian. You love my videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's plenty more on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Sometimes I play with the speeds. So it could well be that on TikTok it's a minute, but on somewhere else I've speed it up to 30 seconds, and it's nice just. I'm back. I had a phone call. I didn't pick it up, obviously, but yeah. Who put a mini in the greenhouse? Me, because I'm charging it up as we speak. I don't know what this is, Mina, but thank you very much for being here and commenting. Good pre-wash snow foams work, some don't. That's a very good point. So if you're looking at snow foams, I'm going to show you two different ones here. Here's a brand that I don't talk enough about, Looking Fresh, but I use a lot of their stuff. So this is an alkaline snow foam. It's good for getting rid of like oily kind of stains, etc. So my mum's phone call halved the amount of people coming in here. And this one is Car Pro D scale. This is acidic, so on the other end of the pH scale. They both there's different reasons for you. Oh, don't break it, Jay. It's just been delivered. So there's different reasons for using those snow foams. There's also pH neutral. So there's lots and lots going on there. Oh my, I'm very good, thank you, Mina. How are you doing? You do a good job. Thank you. I appreciate you saying so. Right, time to pressure wash this off and let's test how good the snow foam actually is. So I'm not going to be able to read as many of the comments for a minute. I'm going to try and show you how well the snow foam works. Now, when I use the snow foam, I do not soak the car down first. I've got no pre-wash on there. If you get a decent snow foam, it will do the work for you. Right. So I'm going to show you in a second exactly how well this is done. Goes in, as I expect it to. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to use it. I'd use something else. Right. So bear with me a second and I'll show you exactly what this has done. And remember, just the snow foam. There's nothing else on the paint. It's completely dry. Right. So I'm going to show you right here. So if you can you see the difference in the panels? You can, let me get, that's me that's missed that bit. So you can see the dirt on this side compared to that side. And if I show you this here, can you see that line going through the middle? That's what a snow foam can do. And no, a pressure washer on its own cannot get that same result, unfortunately. So yeah, the snow foam isn't just for aesthetic. It does actually do something. And Looking Fresh was saying that you need a good one to make sure that it actually does what it's supposed to do. But there's there's a few different other snow foams there, as in you can get a snow foam that has got an iron fallout remover. I don't think it's that powerful, but I've never used it. I've just seen reviews on it, and it doesn't look particularly great, if I'm being honest. There's some of them that have protection infused, as pH neutral, which actually do work, but they're not as good as the acidic ones or the alkaline ones. Look clean. This does look clean, doesn't it? So you can see the difference in the two doors. In fact, I'll do another stripe through the middle. Yeah. And that's what a good snow foam will do. I want to put you guys here for a second. There we go. So out of the 5 of you, how many of you have clicked the little subscribe button and the like button? I'm trying to get 80 likes. I've never had 80 likes before. And it's Christmas. There's 95 of you here. I only need, what is it, 65 of you to click that like button. And I've hit my record. Come on, it's Christmas. For good reference, Jay's pressure washer isn't a powerful one. No, it's definitely not. So the finish rinse is true. Yeah, the pressure washer that I've got is a Karcher K5. Not only that, not the most powerful one, but because I'm running water from an IBC, which is a water tank, I've actually lost some pressure because it's not being forced into the machine direct from the tap. So that's something that is been on my mind to fix. But to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Maybe it will. In an ideal world, I would have a more expensive pressure washer, but it's never been something that I thought it, I'd want one of those, like a Cranville. It's about £1,000 for the one that I would have. Already priced up a long time ago, but just don't really want to spend £1,000 on a pressure washer when this one works. Cairo, how you doing, Cairo? Good to see you again. Back with the Range Rover, as always, on a Friday. Yeah, so this car needs some protection on it. I don't think I'm going to get any on there today, unfortunately. Maybe a little bit. And the one that I'll use if I do it it'll be CarPro Elixir. The reason I'll use CarPro Elixir is because I can put it on wet or dry paint. So that will make a bit of a difference, shall we say. So when I clean my car, it's black. I snow foam it. Yep. Contact wash. Yep. I think it's Let me put that there. I think it's all clean because I see no dirt, but when it dries, still find filled with dirt in places. Is there any tips? What snow foam are you using? And it does depend on what the dirt actually is. But you seem to have done everything right. And is it definitely dirt, or have you put some protection on there that left some kind of residue behind? We're going to have to do a bit of fact finding here. Built Hamber Auto Foam. All right, okay. You're using the good stuff. What the dilution ratio? Have you got the dilution ratio right? Because they use a PIR, a panel impact ratio, and that's not the greatest one to work out. What are some tips to look for when buying a pressure washer? Um, there's so many different things that that could be. In all honesty, it's not something that I value as much as some other people. Obviously, I can't do the job without one, so I value it, but I don't value an expensive one. Uh, you could spend 250 quid, get a Karcher K5 compact like I've got. However much they cost, I don't know. But I think it's about that much. And that will do you good, especially if you're not full time. I am full time, and I've been using it for about 5 or 6 years. It's never gone wrong. I've seen demos on TFR Snow Foam whilst using a and you call them out on it. Yeah, yeah. The hot pressure washers with that kind of PSI, that's going to do a lot of the work for you, really, isn't it? A hot pressure washer, I have used it, but unless you're going to spend a fortune on getting an electric one, you're just going to have a like a diesel machine running for ages, and I just don't want that, to be honest with you. And then Maguire's Wash and Wax Gold for contact wash. I use 50% water and 50% product. And 50/50, is that for auto foam? Right, okay. So if you're using that wash and wax, I've never used it, but is that leaving a wax residue behind? Is that what the problem is? For the auto, yeah. Look, the built hammer is brilliant. And anyone that's known me for even a small amount of time knows that I like the built hammer product. They work, they're really good. The chances of it leaving any residue behind, I'd say are relatively slim based on the nature of the product, but that will be the same for any for any alkaline cleaning snow foam. It's not just built hammer. So I'm going to say that it's not that. I want. So now I'm thinking it's either the wash and wax because you're not taking it off the car properly, or dare I say, you missed a bit. Right, okay. Looking fresh. What do you reckon on that one? I reckon you've either missed a bit, or it's the wash and wax is leaving some kind of residue behind. Because I've had bad luck with Karcher over the years. I use Kranzel, which is the Rolls Royce, but now I have a Karcher K4. Yeah, the K4 and the K7's plenty. I mean, that would be a big upgrade for me. Yeah. So I'm nearly finished pressing washing this car off. Then I'm going to go to the hand wash day, and I will be drying this car not perfectly. There is a reason. Please don't be frightened. The reason I don't dry the car 100%, let's say, is quite simply because of the water that I'm using. Yes, it is different for most people. It's filtered. It will go through 5 different filters. It removes the minerals in the water, which means that I will not get water spots because a lot of people think that water spots are water, and that is just not the case. Water spots is when the water's evaporated and it's left the minerals behind, and that is a water spot. A little bit of a science lesson there for you. What wand is that? What handle? Right, there we go. This is an MTM there, SGS 35. It's about 75, 80 quid. You don't have to spend that much, but because I do this all day, every day, I wanted something that will last. You could probably get something for 25 quid, I'm guessing, that will do the same thing. However, what will the durability be like? I have absolutely no idea. Maybe it'll be fantastic. Maybe it won't. But yeah, MPM, what I would say is do not bother with their slow phone cannon. Absolute crap. The most expensive phone cannon I've got, the MPM, and it's the one that I pick up last in every single case. Rubbish. Can I show? Can I show it? What do you mean? I imagine I missed a bit, just making sure I'm doing everything right. Okay, Jay, also. No, is that Jamie Dodger that it says there? Yeah, it could well be one of those two things based on everything that we've spoken about today. MTM stubbies are good, but their cannons suck. Yeah, there you go. And I'm going to show you, look, I've got a choice of three different ones here. So I've got one by Equip to Clean, really good. I've got this one here by Jewel, really good. That's the MTM, rubbish. Just rubbish. The foam is just thin and watery. It leaks. I can't believe that I paid that much for a snow foam cannon. The paintwork. How can I show you a problem I'm having with the two? How have you got next year's car today? There's the first question. Charging your Mini? Of course I'm charging the Mini. Of course I'm going to charge it, Cairo. Someone's got to do it. You're not going to do it for me. What's wrong with charging the car? It's free fuel. You got it right. Okay. If you want to send me pictures of things that you need help with the car, that is, then find me on Instagram. It's PFG Detailing, and I'll do everything that I can to point you in the right direction. Sometimes cars will sell a. Sometimes cars will sell a car a year early. Well, that is an interesting one. Uh, but to have a problem with a brand new car, I hate to say it, that's kind of normal. Why is it still called a gas pedal when there isn't any gas in the car? Cairo, I don't call it. The thing is, gas is a gas and it's not a liquid. It's liquid that we put in the car. And I know the Americans abbreviate it because it's gasoline. However, for the rest of us that aren't American, gas is gas. And to be honest with you, Cairo, I still say that when my Mini is charged, I still say that it's got a full tank. So, yeah, and it's got a full tank of electric. Guess it's just what we're used to. That comment at the bottom, thank you very much, and very nice smiley faces, but I have absolutely zero clue on what it actually means. Sorry about that. There's quite a few languages out there that I don't speak, and that is one that I don't even recognize it. I don't know where it's from. Right, so I'm using is this the dual one? Yeah, this is a dual microfiber. I've got to say, it holds so much water. It is brilliant. And I'm just going to do the roof of the car with one microfiber and then change it and do the rest. And yes, I'm doing the windows. So basically, I'm doing the glass first and then coming back around. Spent almost £100 when the MTM first came out, constantly leaked and clogged. You know what? I've got the latest one looking fresh and the exact same problems. I think it cost me 70 odd quid, something like that. I can't remember. I've used it a handful of times. If someone come in and said, I'll give you 25 quid for it, I'll go on then. I think you could probably get a snow foam lance for a tenner and it will do better than that one. And I'm not joking. Absolutely not joking. No joke. It's a waste of money. Right. Okay. So for those of you that don't know Looking Fresh, he knows his stuff when it comes to detailing. We listen to Looking Fresh. And if he says something's tosh, you can take that to the bank. Uh, Lots and lots of followers on Instagram. He could always do with a few more. So Looking Fresh on Instagram, check him out. Just translated that message and it came back to, okay, well, I still don't know what that means, but thank you for translating it. I'm still none the wiser, as I'm sure are all of you. But I don't know if that's good or bad. Um, where's that gone? Thank you. Sometimes where's all the things gone? Hello from the Netherlands. From how do I say that? I know how to say the first word and the second word, but how do I say shake? Dick Van Shake. Hello, Dick Van Shake. Thank you. Hello all the way to the Netherlands. And I should have moved the camera a little bit more. So bear with me a second, people. But thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, click subscribe. It's on the top left. I would love a subscription click. Oh, we've got 20 likes. We've got 61 more to go, and you'll help me beat my record. That'll be the best Christmas gift you guys could give me. A click on the like, so then I get to 80, because I've never ever had 80 before. Came close a few times, but never 80. Right. How many of you are feeling generous for clicking that like? Uh, how many cars do you think you've cleaned in your lifetime? I genuinely have absolutely no clue whatsoever. Uh, I wouldn't even like to think. Bearing in mind, at one point, when I was about 17 years old, I used to work at a car wash. So, and I did that for years. Even when I got a proper job, I carried on working at the car wash just because I enjoyed being around all of those cars. So, in my lifetime, I have absolutely no idea. It's got to be in the thousands. Right. Next microfiber. That's a question that I've never been asked before. I really don't know what the answer is either. Right. So what I've got is I do use a two bucket wash method, but as you can see, I've got one bucket full of microfibers and the other one is empty. And that is where the dirty microfibers go. This is from Fallen Angel. I use a lot of their stuff. So when it comes to microfibers, Fallen Angel, fantastic. So if you're not already using those guys, I recommend them. Check them out. Bill mentioned you needed a workbench with a Range Rover. Even Bill's not going to reach the middle of that roof. He's just not. Do I need to have a chat with Bill? In fact, I should have a chat with him. I haven't spoken to him. Have I spoken to him this week? Like just me and him? I don't think we have. Don't know. It is a good question. I'd love to know how many I've done, but I really don't. Put it this way, just for one client that I've not worked with for a little while now, I found out why the other day. Nothing I've done wrong. Someone there doesn't like spending money on doing a job properly. But um, they deal specifically in Land Rover, and I must have done about 150 cars just for them, and that's just purely machine polishing. So yeah, there's quite a few, and that was without all the other work that I used to do. There's quite a bit going on. Right, so once I get to the bottom of the car, the microfiber doesn't go back up the paint. For those of you that don't know why, quite simply, that's the dirtiest part of the car, and I definitely don't want to take any mud back up the car and grit and scratch the paint or potentially scratch the paint. Looking fresh. Have you ever seen those little water heaters? As in, they look like you definitely don't want to put your hand in there, but it's a cylinder that goes into the water and it heats it up, almost like an element that you would have in a kettle. Now, I've been thinking, should I go and get one? Or is it just a waste of time? Have you used one? Have any of you used one? Don't know if I need it. Is that an Aston Martin hiding back there? Yes, yes, it is. I thought you've seen this one, Cairo. That's an Aston Martin DB7, and it's going to be here for a while because the guy is now paying rent. No joke, he's paying rent for that car. Oh yeah, it's going to be here for a little while, which I don't mind. I've got the space. It's supposed to be sold or selling the car, but no one's actually come to see it. So I spent all that time detailing it, machine polishing, very light protection that I put on the car, but no one's come to see the car to buy it. So now he's paying rent. And why not? For any of you that have been watching for a little while, you would know that that car has been here for quite some time now. What was more interesting was he bought in one massive chocolate bar yesterday. They paid me and gave me a massive chocolate bar. What could be better? I'm very forgetful. Cairo, yeah, but I had the Rolls Royce in. Was you on the other day when I was doing the Rolls Royce? That's one of my favourite cars that I've done this year, I think. Now, did I flip that round? I'm not sure, so I'm going to get another one. Never seen one. No, I wouldn't use one. No, I'm not surprised. But they do look interesting. But are they dangerous? Because you're literally putting this thing in the water, which is plugged into the electrics. So I'm thinking, do I use it just to get the water warm and then obviously unplug it? Hmm, don't know. But it is an interesting one looking fresh. I'd say have a look. They sell them on Amazon. They're about 20 quid, something like that. Yeah, that's the last stream. Very long bonnet and cool emblem. Yeah, that's the one. It went out yesterday. The colonizer came in to sort out the leather and did a good job. Really took his time. And yeah, it's gone. That is it. It's sold. Well, I think it's sold. Either way, it's not here. Uh, I wish the E-Type would have been here as well, but maybe it'll come back in at a later date. Customer gave me a pack of mince pies, absolute quality. Oh, mince pies. Well, I'm going out now just to buy mince pies, Henry, because you've told me about them. I love mince pies. What I did get something from a client the other day, but it is a client. It's also someone that I've met at the gym. He's a good guy, and once in a blue moon, I do something. Well, I do it quite often actually, but I'll do something for no cost. And the reason I did it for this guy is because someone took it upon themselves to key his Range Rover. And some of you that were in the other day, I've already cleaned that part. Some of you that were in the other day might have seen the Range Rover that was parked out there. Anyway, so I said, I don't want anything for it. It's only going to take me a couple of hours. I said, I feel for you that someone scratched your car. It's your pride and joy, and it's going to cost you money to get it fixed. So I did it for nothing. Anyway, he gave me a bottle of single malt whiskey, which was a really nice gift. So yeah, that's so far I've got chocolate and whiskey. Sounds like a good night in, to be honest with you. A little bit of useless information for you there. This phone is making me look stupid with typos and autocorrect. Trust me, looking fresh will get the same. What hose do you use to connect the wand to the washer? Got a standard Bosch pressure washer that comes with, and it keeps tangling. The one that I've got is also a crappy hose, to be honest with you. What you want to look at is a direct hose, or they're called direct. Damn it! Now we have to wash that out. You want a direct hose, it, as in the company's actually called Direct Hoses, and depending on the length of hose that you're looking for, might be around the 50 quid mark, and they are designed to not kink. So the one that I've got is a standard hose. Again, it's another one of those things that I've looked at and thought, although it's annoying, it doesn't earn me any money if I change it. Whereas if you go out and buy a machine polisher, even a 50 quid one for a little 3 inch, that'll actually earn you some money. So that's the way that I look at some things, and that's the way that I look at that hose. It doesn't annoy me that much to change it, but maybe I will. Maybe I will. Yeah, direct hoses. That's what I would look for. There we go, direct hoses. But looking fresh. Right there. Time to pressure wash his car off. Is the whiskey any good? Good question, Henry. Don't know yet because I haven't opened it yet. Does it ruin the engine if it leaks in? If what leaks in? Maybe. I don't know. Right, I'm going to get rid of the suds on the car, but I'm going to add another little filter, which is just here. So I know that the water that's coming out of the IBC, and that back there is an IBC, it's got about 900 litres of water in it. It's coming out at about 4 or 5 ppm, parts per million. So I'm going to add this, and it's going to take it down to 0. And there is absolutely no chance of getting water spots. So there you go. That's from Equip to Clean, that little water filter that's on there. If any of you go out and buy a filter like that, do not use it the same way I am. I'm using it different to the way that you guys will probably be using it. You need to put it on the tap first, then run it, but never next to the pressure washer. Right, okay. Cool. Have a look. No problem at all. No problem. This is why you get less pressure because I've got it running through filter after filter. It's just, yeah, less pressure. So expect it. Don't worry about it. How do you fix deeper scratches, like from a key ring? It depends how bad the scratch is. Sometimes, sometimes I will say to people, you need paint. It's as simple as that. And you've got to remember that if you're not a painter, just let the client know that you can only do so much. It needs paint. So what I would do is I go to a website called paintgears.co.uk, I think it is. You put in the number plate of the car and they will colour match some paint for you. Right, okay, now we've got the paint. After that, I would use about a 1500 grit to remove the jagged edges of the scratch. And then I'd start to get some paint in the scratch and get some paint in there. You can use a plastic blade to get rid of the excess. You can put a heat gun on it to help it dry or just leave it for 15 minutes, come back to it. And if it's a deep enough scratch, keep layering the paint in there. You can do it 2, 3, 4 times. Then what I would do is use a 2000 grit to knock off the edges or the tips of the paint that you put on there, and then machine polish it out. But you can use that for pretty much most scratches. There we go. I was very specific asking about a keyring. Engine components are pretty much well insulated. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You've got to remember that engines go through a lot, and underneath they're not all covered up. And yeah, they get water on parts. I've never had a problem with getting water on an engine, not once. And if you do, it's normally an older engine, and I know what to do to fix it. And that's just because you've got water in a distributor cap. Uh, Normally in the distributor cap, but not many of you are going to be doing engines on old cars, I don't think. Maybe you will, but I doubt it. No problem, Henry. No problem at all. If you've never done sanding before, please be careful. Be very, very careful with sanding. So what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to put a bit of protection on the car. There's something on here already, actually, so maybe I don't actually need to. We'll see. Let's see how it goes. Right, we're up to 21 likes. I need to beg more to get up to 80. Well, I'm not going to beg. It's Christmas. If you don't send me a card, how about a like? In fact, I think I'd rather the like over a card. So last week I did put a little bit of protection on here, but let's see, it's actually performing all right. But I need to put some more on there. So I will do. I'm going to use CarPro Elixir. And CarPro Elixir I can use on wet or dry paint. Sorry, you can't see anything that I'm doing. My apologies. You can use CarPro Elixir on wet or dry paint. It'll make it more glossy. It'll make it more slick. It adds protection. It'll make the water bead off the car so it stays cleaner for longer. All that good stuff. But when you use it on a wet car, it won't last as long as if it was dry. I guess because it's diluted. But it'll still have some protections. But there's not many out there that you can use on both the wet and the dry car. But that one you can. It's CarPro Elixir. It gets challenging to you when the water is going. Adam, I apologise this week. I know I've got to fix it and I will. But thank you again for reminding me, sincerely. I know I need to sort it, definitely. Was this the second Range Rover? Was it, sorry, the rank recovered? When I'm walking around holding the camera and trying to read, I think we've found my Achilles heel. This isn't the recovered one. It's the same people, but this isn't the recovered one. They never got the recovered one back. They did try to buy it through the insurance, but it didn't happen. So the one that was stolen was a very old video on, I say very old, I've not even been on TikTok that long, but earlier in the year, I did do a video on that one looking for it, and it was a grey Range Rover, and it looks fantastic, but no, this is the one that they bought after that other one was stolen. Another reason why this car's got the number plates hidden. I think that they would want it that way. So looking fresh. There is dual flex on this car, by the way. Don't know how interested you are in that right now, but there is dual flex on there, and I'm going to use. Oh, I'm going to use this drying towel by Fallen Angel, and it is a big drying towel, and they do work fantastically well. Right, okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to. Where is the protection I'm going to use? There it is. Right, this is CarPro Elixir, which I've been letting you guys know about. It's a quick detailer. It'll add gloss, slickness, and water beading. So that is good. And just give it a good shake. I want to use maybe 3 sprays on this panel. It's already beading, as you can see, so there won't be a lot to see in there, but I'll show you how good these drying towels are. That's what I want to show you right now. So 1, 2, I want to do a bit more because it is wet. Right, okay. So can you see all beading where I've sprayed it? Right, here goes. This is a drying towel, and that is how easy it is to dry the paint. That is now dry compared to this side. So any of you not using a drying towel, using one of those old school crappy leathers, get rid of it. Go and get yourself a good drying towel. There is no way whatever you're using is as quick as this. That's it. Bonnet dry. I can get around the whole car in 2 minutes if I wasn't live. Don't tell me you're not impressed with the drying towel. Okay, another couple of sprays on there, and this is all it takes to add some protection. So after this is done, I'm going to do the windows on the outside because the rest of them are done, as in the inside. Get some tire shine on there, and then go and do some Christmas shopping. Otherwise, I'm going to get in lots of trouble. If there's any questions about detailing, about products, got something with your own car that you want a bit of help with, let me know. Happy to help. What about a leaf blower? I bet that dries fast. It does. Simple as that. However, a leaf blower only works if your car's got protection on it. By the way, you can use this on the glass too. So I will. And yeah, with the leaf blowers, they do some fantastic videos. But if you've got a car that or paint that hasn't got any protection on it, it won't work. I guarantee you it won't work. You'll be there all day. So that is a big factor that in those lovely videos that you see of people using toys like that, that without protection on the car, that method doesn't work. And there's going to be a lot of people getting tricked into that. It still leaves some streaks. All right. Normally have to wipe. Yeah, absolutely. If you use a leaf blower, then it can still leave streaks, definitely. But even with, I mean, because I use this too, and I'll show you in a minute. So this is a tornador, and you'll see that it just, oh, I don't want to drop that. It blows air. So that really does help, and it's really quite powerful. But even then, if you watch this, it's going to take me ages. But it's good for getting all the little nooks and crannies. It's fantastic for that. And my point is, once you drive away, with all the will in the world, see how much I'm going over this, and there's still water coming out. If you've not used filtered water, you're still going to end up with streaks, and there's no point reusing. So that's why I use filtered water, because even if I do not dry this car, I absolutely guarantee you no watermarks at all. End of. Oh, you mean the towel? You get streaks with the towel. Um, that will be because of the water that you're using. Yeah, it's as simple as that. It'll be down to the water. And it's not that you're doing anything wrong. Most people out there will be using that kind of water. There is another thing that you can do, which is you can get yourself a water filter from Race Glaze. That will help, but it's an expensive way of doing things. And oh, you can't see it. It's hidden, or you just about see it. Can you see that blue tank just there? That's a Race Glaze water filter. So when you get to the final stage of pressure washing the car, use the water filter, and that will give you pure water, and you won't get. Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way to do it. If you need to get that and get yourself a TDS meter, and I'll show you in a minute what that actually looks like. It's about a tenner. You don't need to spend any fortunes on the TDS meter. It will last you forever, and that's how you know if you're going to leave water spots on the car. Let me put that up there, and I'll show you right now what that is. So this is a TDS meter. What it is, it tells you how many total dissolved solids there are in the water. So I'm going to show you how well this works. So I'm going to put in filthy water. Where am I going to get some filthy water from? I know I'm going to get filthy water. Right, this is the wheel cleaning bucket. Anything above 20 on here will leave water spots. I'll pick up other materials and bash them across the paint. Yeah, that's right. Right, so this is on 0. This is where I'm like, no camera trickery. There we go. That's on 0. I'm going to get some dirty water from here. Remember, as close to 0 as possible is the best. If it turns red or above 20, you're going to get water spots. There you go, it's red. And that is, I've got something in it. It says 161, but I'm surprised it's only 161 because it comes out of the tap at 200 Oh no, that's the reason why I've used filtered water. It comes out of the tap at 250. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean this out and show you the difference that filtered water makes. Right, so I need to wash this little thing. That, and I need to wash the TDS meter. Right, remember, I want as close to zero as possible. So there we go. That's at zero again. So at zero, we want it to stay on zero. It would be the absolute best. And that is in there. And that's how I know I cannot leave water spots on a car. And just so you can see, there is still water in there. Thank you very much. I like doing that because then all of you know that I'm not talking a load of old tosh. Right. Okay. Did anyone find that interesting, or should I never do it again? I know that Looking Fresh must have seen it about 48 times by now. And I guess if you've seen it, maybe it was interesting, but you don't need to see it again. Right, okay, leave that there. Time to finish the car. Like a magic trick. It is. But do you know what? Nice, nice magic trick. It works, and that's why I do it. And I like showing these things to people because you know when you do all these videos, you can edit a video to make it look like however you blooming well want. And when it's live, you just can't do that. And that's why I like doing lives. There's no camera trickery, and I do not win or lose from doing that demonstration. It's then up to you. You do what you like. Go and buy a water filter. Don't buy a water filter. But if you want to prevent some things, I'm showing you what to do to help. No problem at all, Adam. No problem. Glad you liked it. But yeah, the water over here. Right. So we all understand. Oh, I nearly just fell into the car. We all understand hard water areas, and that is what I'm removing, the hard water. So down here, we've got hard water and it's 250 ppm, parts per million. You might be somewhere in the country that's got 100, you might be somewhere that's got 350. And all of these things are different factors on how long will a water filter last? Because how hard has it got to work for you to remove those solids? So just a lot of things for you to consider. But the TDS meter, I used to, when I did it that way around, I would test the water coming out of the water filter first, and then I would test it after. You don't really need to test it after, but the first one is essential because if your water filter is running out and you're putting crappy water on the car, you know, you're up against it. And not only that, but for summertime, you're going to wonder why you never did it in the first place. Because summertime is the worst time of year to get water spots and streaks on the car. Oh, clients just messaged me. I think I know why he's messaged me. Right, okay. It was a good demonstration of on way every on why every piece of equipment is for. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I like to share all these little hints and tricks that maybe other people don't. It's not just wheel cleaning with me, which you'll see a lot of ASMR wheel cleaning with me. It's the easiest thing for me to do, and I like doing it, and it gets me lots of followers and lots of likes and comments and shares and yeah. But when I'm live, I like to show off all these other things that you can do to make your life easier. Right. I think we're nearly done with this car, people. We're going to dry off the wheels and tires, get some protection on the tires, even though, oh, actually, I'm going to do that while I remember it. I need to get some air in one of these tires, and I want to do it any second. This is another tip for you guys that are detailers. When you are finishing someone's car, you could check the tires if there's no pressure sensor on there. It'd be nice of you to do it. Why not? Also, I like to fill up the water on the car for the windscreen washers as a little extra. And right now, this one needs the tyre pressure sorted out. And I'm going to put in way too much pressure because it needs it. I only did that yesterday. That's looking more flat now than when it first got here. So this is what I'm using. This was about 15, 20 quid from, I don't know, wherever you want to get one of these from. I bought it so long ago. The tyre inflator, you need a compressor to run it. This is a Tornador. Right, okay, want to know something funny? Cairo, definitely want to know something funny. Right, so there we go. And that is better than all the other stuff that you can get. I can tell you that. You don't have to go to the petrol station. There's 15 psi in this. We're going to be here a while. I'm going to take that up to a massive amount of psi. I might even put like 60 psi in this tyre, which is probably double where it should be. And he needs to go straight out and buy a tyre. That's dangerous now. It's gone. That is gone. And if I can see that hole in the tyre again where it was bubbling, I'm going to show you. Adam, thank you for being here. And if you wouldn't mind, could you do some shopping for me as well? I'm desperate. I don't know when I'm going to get out to do everything. Maybe this afternoon. But thank you for being here, Adam. I can always count on you. Thank you very much for being here. Snow foam got you well known, and to be honest, I hate foaming. Love cleaning wheels. Yeah, I don't really do any videos with me foaming, probably because I'm normally live when I'm doing it. My wheels haven't had any attention for at least a year. There is a lot of dirt build-up. I was going to ask what to use, but I think I will let you get on which other videos. Adam, it's no problem at all. If you want, send me a direct message on Instagram if you're on there, and I'll go through everything that you need. It's no problem. Instagram, TikTok, send me a direct message, and I'll go through it all. We've got 52 PSI at the minute. My sister's dream car is a 2009 Volkswagen Grey. I got. So, oh, you've got to get rid of the car. At least it's staying in the family. That's one good thing. 15 PSI, that's flat. Yeah. If I show you the PSI now looking fresh, I don't know if you can. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it, but there's 55 PSI in there now because that yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock when he popped in had 52 PSI in it. So 15 on a Range Rover, bad news. What that means is he's got to go and do it today. I did say to him the other week, I said, look, it costs 25 quid. I will drive to the place and just get it done for you, but it's got to be done. They're like friends these days because they've been clients for so long. How do you machine polish curved sections on cars? As my DA stalls, yep, and doesn't get full coverage, do you need a smaller polisher? Right, that's a difficult question until I know one more bit of information. Is the curve, let's say this is the car, is the curve going that way or is the curve that way? And then the machine polisher's not sitting flat. I don't know how you're going to explain that to me because I can't remember concave and convex. But basically, if it's that way, then you just need to remove the machine polish around. If it's that way, then you can tilt the machine and move it that way. It will leave haze. And then what you do is you use the pad, just go over it really quickly, and that will get rid of the haze. Or if it's like that again, get a smaller pad that will fit in there, but you still use the same thing. You can tilt a DA. You might have to turn the speed up a little bit so it doesn't stall as easily. Do you know what? I wish you was here because I could show you and it'd be much easier. But basically, that's what I do. I tilt the pad. I do what I need to do. It will leave haze. Then you move the pad over it quickly, just a couple of times, and that'll get rid of the haze. So that's what I've learned over the years that really helps me. Right. In fact, I did it inverted. Invert. I'm not sure what way around it is, but hopefully that helps with the information that I've just given you. Is it a bulge bump or is it a dent? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All the likes, comments help boost my life. I'm sure they do. It's a dream car, and I got it, but now she has to pay for it. She lives 2 hours away. Couldn't have my sister live 2 hours away. I always pop in for something to eat. Right. Like you explained it. No problem, Henry. No problem. Glad I could help. Ready for some tire shine? Is there any point in putting tire shine on that one? How much is in the other rear tire? The sensor hasn't come on for that one, but I think it's around 33 to 35 on this one. But give it a couple of hours, that'll be 35 again because the scratch is clearly quite bad. And I can't see it bubbling today. I know exactly where the hole is because I sent them a video of it. This has lost power in the last couple of days. I don't know why. A little bit weird. We can see the pink that comes out in this. Can you? Is the camera picking up the pink? Can you see the line down there? Yeah, look. See, it looks pink up here. It looks silver, pinky, gold. There's so many different colours. This car. Right. Oh, got the front one to dry as well. Take that down there. Tornador. Yes, it absolutely is. What are what are the pink? What are you trying to say there? What are you trying to get me to say? I haven't worked that one out yet. How much more efficiency will a Tornador give me for interior detailing? Henry, quite a lot actually. It's the one tool that I wish I would have bought a long time. If you've already got a compressor, spend the 75 quid and get a Tornador. For dusting, and you know when you put it under the seats or to the left of the driver's seat to get rid of those McDonald's tips that are always there, uh, for drying the tyres, for getting rid of water in places like this. Ho- Hopefully, you can see that coming out. It makes a fantastic difference. Champagne is a nice colour in different light. No, it definitely is. So a Torador is one of those things that I wish I could put it in my TikTok shop. Because I know that I would have sold loads of them, but they are brilliant. So definitely get one. What am I doing? I am finishing drying this car, Taryn. I'm just tinkering with this Range Rover. Right, okay, too cool. I'm still trying to work out what you're getting me to say there. Am I being a bit slow today? I think I might be. That's okay. Yeah, you definitely should treat yourself to a Tornador. Right, after I've done the tire, a little bit more drying, I am going to be calling it a day. So I hope you don't mind. Right, this side of Christmas, I need to go and get some other bits and pieces done. So what I'm going to use here is also from Fallen Angel. That's where I get all my microfibers from. And this little thing that you know when you just want a microfiber to get rid of the last little spots. That's what I use this for, and I've got to say it does a great job. So they're not here right now, Fallen Angel, but they often are. But this, the welcome edition. Don't know why someone hasn't done it before. Looking fresh. I hope he sends you one of these because they work really great. You can't really see the water here, but look, perfect. All right. So, any more questions whilst I'm here? I'm going to be here for about, I reckon, another 10 minutes, and then I am off. Going out tonight with friends. Need to get some dinner ready for some people. Maybe say do some Christmas shopping, but now I'm not going to end up doing that. High pressure blowing into the carpet is better than a Hoover. Yeah, definitely. I was going to say something there, but that sounds so wrong. So for once, I'm actually not going to. Sometimes we get some younger people on here, and I don't think that that would be the right thing to do. Little bit so saucy. No questions. You guys are going easy with me today, and there's 73 of you on here. 93 of you. 93. Can we get those likes up to 30 today with 93 people? What do you reckon? It's not too much to ask, is it? And then again, my goal was 80. We haven't hit it today, but that's okay. I've got all of you here with me. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Jay. I detail cars. This is a regular client of mine. They come in every single week for a maintenance wash. And this week I've had in a Rolls Royce. A friend of mine bought a car in, which was just a Vauxhall Mariva. What else have we had in? When did the mini wooden? There was a mini wooden picket that I did also this week. We've got an Aston Martin over there. There's the boat. That's my mini. Don't worry about my mini. It's filthy. Had to choose better wording. You know, we can say what we want on here, though, looking fresh, which is kind of nice. Right, next I want to do the windows. Last is going to be the tyres for one good reason. People leave the windows to last, but I'm leaving the tyres because if you get that tyre shine on your hands, it is awful. So definitely don't want to take it from the tyres onto the windows. So I'm going to be using dual optical. There you go, dual optical for the windows. And you can see I've already used it for the inside this morning. This is actually a carbon collective cloth. Really quite nice. Presumably for shop-based maintenance, the customers have to be very local. They bring the car in and then just sort of, yeah, they would have to be local. But I've got one. I've got a chap coming in on Monday with a McCann. Where'd it come from? Yeah, and he is going to wait around for it. We have a chit chat. He probably won't want to go live because when he comes in, he says, "No, I can't go live. I'm supposed to be at work." Right, right, okay. We won't go live. Uh, some people get someone else to drop them off. One guy walks home. This one lives next door, so it's very easy for me to pick up and just drop the car back. So yeah, all different things, but they're normally local. I'm trying to think. The furthest someone's travelled is probably about an hour from London. One day, Jay, you have 100,000 with thousands watching. Maybe that'd be quite nice. I was doing quite well on TikTok though, looking fresh. If you don't mind me saying so myself, but it didn't turn into a profit. If I'm being honest with you, I like it, and I do profit from it in other ways, but I very rarely ever actually profit from the lives. And I thought, right now it's time to me for me to focus on YouTube and become monetized and see how that one works. But to have hundreds of thousands would be nice, but it needs to be useful at the same time. Otherwise, why am I doing it? I don't know what the answer is. But anyway, you've still got a bunch more followers than I have on Instagram, and that is for me seems to be the hardest place for me to actually grow by following on Instagram. Mm. I mean, if I was to tell you that in this year I've been trying, I don't know how long, not exactly a year, and I've got 10 times what I started with. you'd be happy with that. But on Facebook, I've gone from 300 followers to 25,000, and that's a proper increase. That is right. There should be absolutely no streaking with this window cleaner. I don't know what these guys are putting in their window cleaners in the past 12 months. There's something else in there, and they don't streak, and it's really good. Right, okay. We are nearly done, people. Got this window, part of the front window, tyres, then I'm off. Those Range Rovers are nice, but too bad they break down fast. It's funny you mentioned that. 5 minutes ago, if you'd have been here, you'd have seen me pumping up the rear tyre, which I know is not a Range Rover fault. They have had a lot of problems with this car, a hell of a lot of problems, which is just unfortunate. But I had a Rolls Royce in here for a few days this week, and to be honest with you, even on the Rolls Royce, there were things on there that you look at and you go, "That's not Rolls Royce quality," or maybe it is, and I just didn't realise that it's not what it should be. As a for instance, I don't know what this pillar is, but this pillar down here on the inside, the actual thing on the other side was rattling. Like, really? It's a Range Rover. What are you doing rattling? It's only got 4,000 miles. And I found out yesterday that the car's been in the garage for 3 years, not being driven. YouTube Shorts go crazy for those fake customer stories. You know what? I've thought about copying people and doing those fake stories when I was new to social media. And then I looked and I thought, no, I don't want that. I want my followers to follow me for good content because otherwise, all they're going to see is a whole bunch of BS stories. So that's why I do a hell of a lot of ASMR stuff. But I am looking at doing more things. I think I'm going to do some more tutorials. I want to do more in regards to product testing because a lot of you ask me about products and I want to test those products. For instance, I'd like to go into Halfords, buy all of their Halfords own stuff, and say, is it any good? Let's test this stuff out. Easy car care. Loads of people talk to me about that one. Do I get a bunch of it and test it off my own accord just to let you know what I think? I don't know. I only made a YouTube channel to secure my name. Too ugly for this platform. Oh, come on. That's not true. Have you ever cleaned a rally car? Rally car, no. A Ferrari track car, yes. How come a rally car? I'd like to do a rally car, to be honest with you. Right. Where is this? Right. Profile. This is the tire shine that I'm doing. So after the tire shine is done, I am off ski. Right. So this is a dual, I call it a hand puck for applying the tire shine. And there's not a lot for you to see. If I keep moving the camera, I think you're going to get bored of just going up and down. So I'm not going to move it if that's okay for the time being, but I'm going to miss the comments now, actually. Oh, come on, Jay, liven up. Right. I don't apply this stuff too thick, and there's one main reason. It is the same for any tire shine, because unless you give it some time to dry, or at least wipe off the excess, which essentially, I've got to be honest with you, mainly wipes off the rest of the tire shine, um, it can flick up the side of the car, which is not good. Right, okay. Let me see. Oh wow, what's it? Pudding is better looking. Think is better looking. And Henry probably number 5. I don't know because they will redo the live every race. Benji, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry, Henry. Wouldn't it reduce? What am I missing here? Do race cars get ceramic coatings? Right, that's what I missed. I didn't see that question. Do race cars get ceramic coatings? I've thought about that because I would have thought that it would make the paint more slick. And would that actually aid a car? Is it that good? On a rally car, it wouldn't make a difference. On an F1 car, if you had slicker paint, maybe. Okay, it reduce drag. Yeah, a ceramic coating doesn't weigh anything, so it definitely wouldn't add any weight. If we're talking about PPF, yeah, it's going to add weight. Mate, I don't know, a couple of kilograms maybe. But adding something to the paint to add slickness, like a ceramic coat, it's not going to weigh anything. As in, if the whole thing weighed 10 grams, I would be surprised. Half the cars I've cleaned for social media, and you'd swear they were rally cars. Okay. Are they that bad looking fresh? I used to love watching rallying. You used to wake up as a kid back in probably the 1990s, and there'd be rallying on TV. And how those people jump in front of the cars. I think they're absolutely crazy. But yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. Right, this tyre shine has just got the right amount of gloss for me. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like the glazed donut look. I'm sure you know what I mean by a glazed donut. This is just right. It's got a nice sheen on it. Okay, one more tyre to do, you 83 beautiful people. And then I'm going to get this car back. And it is 12 o'clock. So done it in relatively good time. A little bit more of this. It's dual profile. Got a bit more on there. Don't be stingy, Jay. Come on. Right. Last tyre. And then, yeah, that is it. And I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm either going to be doing a golf or my own car, just so I can go live, get those hours up, have another chat with you. But tomorrow probably won't be an interesting car in terms of it's not going to be luxurious. It's not going to be fast, exotic, expensive. They don't come in all the time. I wish they did. But someone did just message me who has got a Range Rover and he has got a Ferrari F8 and it has been on the live before. But is that what he wants? And I'm guessing it's not. No. So this is the bit where I say I'm about to go. So if anyone's got any questions, I know there's 90 of you here, which is a significant number. But if you've got any questions about products, you've got a how-to on your own car that you need a bit of help with, let me know because in the next minute or so, I'm going to be cutting this live off so I can get this car back to the client. So I want to say thank you to absolutely everyone for being here, having a good chit chat, the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. It makes it all the worthwhile. And if there's no questions, we've got one little one here. Number plate covers. I bought one, but the plastic clips don't fit. Do you use Velcro or something? Let me show you what I'm using because you can't see the number plate right now. So these came from the number plate clinic, which I know are on TikTok. I don't know where else they are. But it's these. So these obviously stick on to the plate. And in here, the plate just slots inside. So you've got these on either side, the plate slots in, and that's it. It holds it on there. That's it. I've got something else from Best Merch, and I've just got the one here in front of me. What happens is this, they don't work on all cars, unfortunately, but that hooks onto the back of the plate, and then you put the plate in here, so you can use that one too. Love the comments when cleaning interior switches on a TD5 submarine. What spent the majority of its life in watery holes? What is going on there? Right. Uh, okay, so again, thank you for everyone for being here. The gloves are coming off. I need to put something back in the car, the dog cover, and I am off. But I will be back, should be tomorrow, one way or another with another car. Should stop doing that. All right, thank you, everyone. I'm going to go. I think I've answered all your questions. I love seeing you all, but I'm off. See you later. Bye.